Hey Aquarius, how's it going? Before we get into it, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. For some of you, you're going to be starting something new, but this can mean reintroducing yourself to something that you're not familiar with any longer, or it can be like having a completely new slate, but you're also going to have to let go of something in order to do this, which is kind of like a natural ending and then a beginning, but it may be more subtle than that is what I'm hearing. Interesting. I was seeing this in the pre-shuffle. I'm looking at the Ace of Cups. Some type of experience is coming to fruition, because I'm seeing there be a focus on love here, and this can mean, like, for some of you, you could be reconnecting with somebody that you're already with. I feel so smiley. I think this is something that you're going to be looking forward to, something that you're going to be excited about. There's a sense of like rejuvenating something within a relationship, or you're touching base with someone that you hadn't been speaking with, or maybe connecting with them in a new way. For some of you, this can mean having new feelings for someone, or it's like a part of you or an aspect of your relationship that you haven't really discovered yet, but it's something that feels very pure and very genuine. I am looking at someone potentially that, like, I'm seeing chemistry, or at least you're attracted to this person, but we're going to get further and see. I'm looking at the Ace of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. This can also be like self-work that you've been doing on yourself too, and maybe now you feel like because you've done that, it's enabled you to connect with someone in a way that you hadn't been able to before. The reason that I'm thinking this could be a relationship is because of the King of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So this can be like within the context of a relationship, but that doesn't mean you haven't been working on yourself, because like you would have had to be working on yourself to get to this point. This wouldn't have come without that. Somebody wants to talk to you. I think that somebody sees what you've been doing on your own for yourself, and I think that this is someone that feels very attracted to that, attracted to the work you're doing. For some of you too, this can be like you've been exploring yourself, you've been exploring like your talents or your creativity, or like some type of ability that you have. And I'm seeing like the focus, even though you could be doing things within the environment, it's all about how you're expressing yourself and getting in touch with that. And I'm seeing you like very much on track with something. This reading feels like such a different flavor than the ones that we've been doing. It feels like a cycle has been completed and now you're opening up to another area of your life, or you're starting a new cycle. Very promising beginning. So if somebody sees you in an independent energy and they want to come through and talk to you, I don't know what the nature of this is. I'm looking at the Emperor on the bottom of the deck. For some of you, this can be business related. It can be an Aries that you're having some conversations with. This can be you exploring that area of your chart as well. Like for some of you, I'm getting like an MC in Aries actually. So you could be doing something where you're like exploring your talents. I'm hearing putting that to good use. If your MC is in Aries, you may be doing something more physical. Interesting. This is an Aquarian reading, but that is coming up. And we all have a first house. We all have Mars. So but yeah, it seems like somebody that would be established in their own energy, they want to come through and talk to you. And it seems kind of like a mirrored thing that's going on here. It's like they see you as independent. This person is also independent. And like I'm seeing them come through and approach you because they see what you're doing. I'm also hearing how you've done for yourself. This is someone that, more than anything, they want to communicate with you and they want to do it clearly. This person could be coming through as like a bit of a helper on your journey too, with the Page of Pentacles showing up. You having open, clear, connected dialogue with this person is going to be important. That's what's going to get this going. It feels kind of like a soul contract to me, like something important going on between you and this person. They would be someone that you feel supported by, like someone that supports what you've been pursuing for yourself, especially too, like those of you that have been working on like your personal growth journey and doing shadow work and like self-love and doing all of this stuff. This person sees that and would be supportive of these things that you're doing. You may even like have a relationship with them where it's like they help you out, you help them out, like maybe you guys are giving each other advice, or they want to know something about what you're doing. They could also be intrigued, like for some of you it has to do with like maybe a specific talent of yours, not that other things aren't there, but they may specifically want to talk to you about like something that you do, like something that's unique to you. For some of you, definitely have a Neptune contact in your synastry with this person. This would make things kind of feel like a little bit of a fantasy. You want to make sure that you're paying attention to everything, because sometimes when Neptune is involved, it can be a little bit like you're getting caught up in the fantasy, getting caught up in a daydream. You want to make sure to ground this so it's realistic for you, because you want to make sure you're seeing everything. So like don't jump ahead before you know what's going on with this person. You would definitely be very much into their energy when they come through, because like the way that Neptune is situated here, especially next to the 10 of Cups, this is something that would feel very ideal to you. Like you could even possibly see this as a wish fulfillment, or as like the fulfillment of some type of fantasy that you've had. Something exciting for sure. For some of you, they want to know how you do what you do. And I'm not sure what it is that you do. But yeah, you could be like spiritually even guiding this person, or like energetically or something like that. And when I say spiritually, it's not just, this could be in a way where it's like their destiny to be in contact with you, and you may be some sort of guide for them. They could also be some sort of guide for you. I'm interested in the Neptune energy. I want to get further just to see like why the Hanged Man is popping out. Because the Hanged Man can also be like a dream coming true as well, but sometimes it can be a little bit of an illusion. It can be a deceptive energy, so that's why we need to see what this is about. No, this is somebody that's been watching you get things done, I'm seeing. Like, they could even be curious about, like, how you've accomplished certain things that you've accomplished, how you've gotten in touch with yourself the way that you have, how you've explored certain gifts and talents. For some of you, this can be, like, someone even recruiting you for something. They may be going through, something difficult right now, too, and they want, like, your help or your advice. Or for some of you, it's just to be around you. They like your energy. I'm seeing you be shining very, very brightly with the Ace of Cups here. Like, people are going to be attracted to you at this time. Like, maybe more than you see. That's not to say that at other times people aren't attracted to you, but it seems like you're shining particularly bright right now in a way where other people are noticing that, other people are observing that. For some of you too, you could have even gotten to a point where like maybe you're being recognized for something that you've accomplished, or like personal goals that you created for yourself are being met now, or there's some type of like difference that now you're in like a new type of energy, and this is observable to people around you, and they may be curious about that. You may want to be a little bit cautious about like everything that you're sharing, because I am seeing like a quite inquisitive energy potentially. And it does look like they're going to be really straightforward and come through and talk to you, whoever this person is. For some of you, they even want answers. I think it's just going to be different for each of you, because for others of you, this can just be someone that's like, I feel really attracted to your energy and I'm not sure like what that's about. So like you may not understand fully the complete like context of the relationship yet, or it may come off in a way where it's like, yeah, that's what's going to happen with the relationship, and then it ends up being something completely different with Neptune. So, or the purpose, we can say. For some of you, I am seeing a little bit of a closed off energy though. You may feel kind of guarded. Like if you've been working on things and you've kind of been keeping it more private, this person may be like a little bit too inquisitive for you. It looks pretty innocent. Like I'm not seeing anything that would like show, nothing shows like malintent or anything like that. Like, I'm not getting any, like, really weird vibes from this person. It's more so like someone's interested in you. And so they're coming through to tell you that. I think you'd have a good intellectual connection with this person, for sure. With the Page of Pentacles here and also the Page of Swords, there may be, like, a slight age difference between the two of you. Or, like, maybe you feel like you've had a different type of life experience than this person has. But I think you'll find that you have more in common than maybe you initially thought. Yeah, I'm seeing a really intense intellectual connection that you have with this person. All connected with each other are the Page of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the King of Swords here. Definitely like very clear communication that goes back and forth between the two of you. I think this person would be very bold. Like this is someone that's not going to shy away from having conversations with you. Maybe to the point where they say like a little bit too much at times. It's also going to depend on how in touch this person is too. Like if this person reads the room, you would see them as like being very, very articulate, very intelligent, somebody that's like really present within the things that they're saying. For others of you, if this person is like a little bit out of touch or a little bit ungrounded, they may like say a lot. It may be like a little bit overkill with all of the air energy, or they may just be like a bit of an overthinker too. So you weren't expecting this, but you manifested it. This is one of those times where it's like, you go to bed at night and you're like, I really want to manifest this one day, or like, I'm really looking for this type of connection, and then like, you go to bed and you kind of forget about it, and then it's like, I'm hearing 9 days later, maybe a specific message, it comes through for you, and it's like, you're not expecting that at all, but I'm seeing it be a very good tower. I'm seeing this be an exciting surprise for you. It feels exciting because I don't think you expected to connect like intellectually with this person. You may also have a Mercury contact with them that is very flowy within your synastry. Synastry is just like you take one person's natal chart and you take another person's natal chart and you lay them on top of one another and you compare like the ease and flow within the relationship, like through the aspects and the planetary placements in the houses. We're not going to get too far into that because I don't want to like get confusing for anyone. But yeah, it just seems like you have like something very easy when it comes to the communication with this person. And I'm seeing somebody like open and curious, but you may be the one that's a little bit more guarded. It's interesting because like, although we are reading for you, and normally I would read you as being the King of Swords as an air sign, I'm kind of seeing them be more so in an air energy, and I'm seeing you be a little bit more closed off and possibly in more of like a watery type of energy. And if you're more so the Neptune within the connection with this person, meaning like you're like channeling more of the vibration of that, this person would be like looking at you like you are some type of ideal to them. As I said before, I'm seeing them be very curious, like they definitely want to get information from you, they want to talk to you. Even talk about ways that you can help one another, or if they can help you. Like, I'm seeing this person be intrigued. But not in an uncomfortable way. This is something that I think you're curious about. But I think you're also protective of your energy. For some of you too, this could potentially lead actually to a very close relationship with this person. I am still questioning the Neptune energy here a little bit, so I want to keep going with this, but I'm seeing something that it looks very ideal. Like you would have common goals with this person. You like to have fun in the same ways is what I'm hearing. Like maybe both of you guys are like kind of imaginative, or like even with the Pluto, I'm more so interesting, the Pluto. Maybe you also have like some Pluto contacts in your synastry. With the Neptune energy, Pluto can create a very intense connection with someone, very intense scenario. And you want to be checking out, if you're interested in looking at it, the aspect is going to matter. It'll tell you like the nature of the aspect, because you have like these two archetypal energies coming together, and how they interact, that's what the aspect is going to explain to you. So with the Neptune energy, like both of you guys could fantasize about the same things. Like you may see each other even as ideal. I'm definitely getting like a creative, imaginative energy. Like you both may be like spiritually attuned, especially to one another is what I'm getting. Very sweet. I think you'd feel comfortable around them. Although at first it's like, why are you asking me all these questions? But then it's more so an energy where I think like you'll open up to this. You just may not be used to like someone being curious about your life in this way. So that may throw you off a bit. Because I'm seeing you've like done work to protect your energy too. So you may be like trying to suss this out. But it doesn't look like a threat to me. I think you'd actually be surprised how much you actually connect with this person. And that doesn't mean it has to be romantic, but I am seeing like the potential for a long-term relationship with this person. So like for some of you, this can be like a committed relationship and it can be romantic and stuff like that. But for others of you, you may have something else in mind. And I think like whatever it is, I think it's going to end up matching up with this person. I'm feeling a little bit of tension in the throat chakra. Maybe feel a little bit nervous. Maybe a little bit. Hold on one second. I think when you connect with this person, you are going to feel pleasantly surprised in a way where it's like, I didn't think that I was going to connect with another person again like this, is what I'm hearing. And Neptune can also have that effect too. It feels very, very dreamy. But you're very much being guided to use your discernment, so to still be careful. Because it's like, even though you may just see like green flags, you're still being guided to like be grounded as you go through this process. Like don't rush through something. You want to take your time with it still. And that's going to look different to each of us as well. This person would be around if things got tough for you. And I think that they would tell you that too. Like the way that this person shows up, like they would be there for you. This is what I'm seeing here. For some of you, you have a Neptune-Mars contact with this person. I'm seeing this very clearly laid out in the cards. That's funny too, because I was actually just reading about Neptune-Mars contact and synastry. And here's Pluto. So it could be something going on with Pluto with them. I'm also hearing Venus, something with Mars, something with Neptune. This person may have strong Pluto in their chart. Like they could have a stellium in the 8th house. Or they could just have like Pluto highly aspected in their chart. So like a strong Pluto. That would mean like you feel like maybe even just an intense connection with this person with how they show up. So this is about you using your discernment and figuring out like whether or not this is appropriate for you to let your guard down. And I'm getting it more so be like, how far down do we let it go? Like how much are we opening ourselves up to this? And especially in relation to like what you've been through and what you've done for yourself. It's like being both like keeping your heart chakra open and also like reminding yourself that you do have boundaries and that boundaries are important. Even with the easiest relationships, it's very important to know where we stand so we can tell the difference between our energy and another person's energy. Because sometimes when we interact with people, depending on how strongly you're affected by another person's energy, let's just use an example. So you don't like blue raspberry flavored things necessarily, but whenever you're around this certain person, you just want blue raspberry flavored things. And then when you're away from them, you don't want blue raspberry anymore. So it's like sometimes we can be affected by a person's energy and we can kind of take on these things that they want. So it's important because like if you know that you don't like blue raspberry, when those feelings come up, it's going to tell you that, oh, that's that person's energy, that's not mine. You get what I'm saying? So I'm seeing this be important in this experience with this person. I think you're going to open up to them. I think it may be a little bit difficult. Like this person may poke and prod you a little bit, maybe in some vulnerable spots. Not because they're doing it deliberately, but more so because they're very like curious and maybe a bit like unabashed about approaching you and being curious. Sometimes too it's that moment of like wanting to remain grounded even though you feel intrigued by this situation. It's about like reminding yourself to like keep yourself centered. But I'm definitely getting this sense of excitement with all the swords here. It looks like there's something emotionally developing as well, or like this will be something that will be happening. To have the King of Cups showing up here, I'm seeing like an emotional connection. I'm also seeing an intellectual connection that you'd have with this person. I'm hearing something about a sensitivity. Having Neptune pop out in the front like that, I think that you will have some type of like potentially even a psychic connection with this person. You may kind of feel like so intuitively connected with them that like sometimes you feel like you read their mind a little bit and vice versa. I'm definitely seeing an attraction between the two of you, but attraction doesn't have to be romantic, although it can be. They want to talk about feelings too. I'm getting to have you coming out like this way as the King of Cups. I think that like they're very curious about your emotional state and what you're feeling, and I think that they would perceive you as like like not sharing as much, because we're not looking at the Queen of Cups here, we're looking at the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is not going to like overshare about their feelings, but this person wants to know how you're feeling. They want to talk about it. They want to know where you stand. They want to know how you're feeling. Like I'm seeing them like try to pull information out of you. Again, not in like an abrasive type of way. It's more so like they're curious. They want to know what you're thinking. They want to know where you're standing. They want to know how you're feeling. And not just about like you and them, it's about other things too. Like they care about your life. This person is invested, is what I'm hearing. But I'm not seeing anything be overkill. Like I'm seeing this person be sophisticated in their own right. I'm seeing you guys are going to be getting together. I don't know how you met this person, but I am seeing like the King of Cups and the King of Swords here meeting one another. And there's definitely physical chemistry between the two of you, for sure. What you do with that is going to be up to you, but I'm seeing like it exists. So, but this can mean even like you feel very passionate towards this person, or like you feel very attracted to them. But for those of you that are like open and interested in a physical connection, I'm seeing that element be here. So for some of you, this could be a friend. Not for everybody. For others of you, this is either a get-together or it's like some type of reunion even. But I'm seeing like you may not have expected to feel this way when you saw this person, but you do, and something grows because of that. Something like comes out of that even. But yeah, it's surprising for some reason. It's like you weren't expecting this. Maybe you've been busy and thinking about other things, so it's like an attraction or like to have an intense interaction with someone that was not what was on your mind. It's not what you were concerned with. And it's like now you're faced with this thing and you get to figure out what you want to do with it. Something has come full circle between you and this person too, it seems like. I think there's a moment too of actually trying to figure out how you want to behave when you're around this person. Because I don't think you're going to be like giving it all away when you connect with them. There's a sense of like still being protective of your energy in some type of way. And that aspect is going to be different for each of us too. But there's definitely like a little bit of a guard here that I'm seeing. But it's like kind of a check and balance to keep yourself safe. Because like at first I'm seeing you may be like having much more of a wall, and then I'm kind of like seeing that go down, and it's like you're still being protective of your energy, but I'm seeing you open up. I'm hearing for this person. I'm seeing a lot of masculine energy here. This may feel kind of like this person approaches you and kind of pulls you in, and then like you want to approach them back. Like I'm kind of seeing something like this developing. But to have like both of you guys in masculine energies, it seems like I don't know. I feel very much like you guys are at like the same level, and I'm not sure what exactly that means, but like maybe something energetically going on. There's definitely something even unsaid about the attraction that you feel with this person. I'm getting ringing in my ear. 2935. Look that up if you feel guided. The angel number. For some of you too, if you're like deliberately being like taking things slowly, you may be like, well, we start off and we're talking with each other and we get along really well. And then we decide that we're going to hang out with one another. We want to have like a meetup or a reunion, whatever this is for you. And then you hang out with the person and like that goes really well too. And then it's like you're thinking about them and then you're like figuring out that you have more activities in common and like more mutual interests and stuff like that you're exploring, but you may not have like yet stepped into a physical connection. Like I'm seeing the physical connection come after there's already been an emotional, energetic connection is established first. Like you feel something going on there that that is palpable, and then intellectually you're connecting with this person. I'm seeing like a highlight of the good communication that you have with this person, like very effective communication. And then after that, I'm seeing something go on with potentially the physical chemistry that you have with this person. But you may not have known this or known how it was going to go, but it looks like something goes successfully to me. Like I'm seeing you be very, very happy with the way that something works. But this is something that would need to be mutually manifested clearly if you're going to have a physical connection with someone. But I'm seeing this also be emphasized. So maybe this is something that you need to have a conversation with them about. Prior to jumping into it. Like, you may even be in a place where you're going to have to tell this person that you're actually attracted to them because they may not know. Because you could have explored, like, other aspects of the relationship, but the attraction was not addressed, and then, like, you're going to have to say something if this person does not and let them know how you're feeling. We have all of the kings here. Wow. I'm seeing this person be very responsible. I'm also hearing responsive. I'm seeing like even a protective type of energy. This may be something mutual between the two of you. But I'm definitely getting that as being an element within the connection. This is also someone that, like you're showing up and this person is also showing up at the same degree as what I'm hearing. So it's like you guys are showing up in the same energy for one another. This is so sweet. I love this. I'm seeing like a high level of reciprocity between the two of you. Emotionally, like even financially speaking. Wow. I'm getting that vibe again, like this person is going to be there for you. Like this person really means it. Like I'm seeing such a genuinely like authentic energy from this person. Like this person is very genuine in general. Like I'm not seeing them be the type of person that would say things that they don't mean. I'm seeing them have like genuine concern for you, appreciation for you. And like with Neptune here, I am seeing this be a grounded Neptune energy, so it just feels like something feels dreamy about the connection with you, but it's grounded. It's not just a fantasy. This is like something for real going on here that aligns, and it has to do with like your pursuit of happiness and this person's ideals and how that works together for you to have a very wonderful relationship. I'm looking at Neptune, Mars, Pluto, Saturn. I think you guys have some intense synastry. That's what it looks like to me. I just get the feeling of this. Okay, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.